What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KC Locker Room Talk. I am your host and your favorite Kansas City girl, Kennedy Bright. And as always, what is said in the locker room stays in the locker room. So today's topic was not planned. I know I gave you guys the first 5 episodes already outlined. And this episode came up because it started really kind of trending on TikTok. And everybody kept asking me when I was going to do it. And can you do it this week? So I was like, okay, fine. I'll do it this week and then we'll get back to our regular routine. But as always, be sure to be following the Instagram at KC Locker Room Talk for all updates. And also, if you don't, oh, sorry, y'all, my guest is making me laugh. And as always, you can listen to the podcast on all platforms, as well as if you want to watch it, it's on YouTube as well. So I want to start off first by explaining the episode for those that may not know, and then explain why the guest is here today. So first off, I want to say that if you do not know, they know my TikTok. I make a bunch of skits about situations I've been in with athletes. That's literally what my TikTok is. And girls start commenting questions like, where you find these D1 athletes like Black girls? D1 athletes don't like us and this or that. And I was like, okay, like I saw where they were coming from just because like I've heard comments like that myself. And I would answer it and I would just try to be like, oh, just don't let it get to you. But then I was like, you know what? I need to really like look into this. So I wanted to go ahead and contact someone who had heard like these things and everything and can kind of let you guys know, okay, yes, I've heard it. You're not insane, but not all of us are like that. Because there's been a lot of comments when this topic is brought up that Black girls, y'all just being extra. That's not true. That's not a thing. And like, it is kind of a thing, sadly. So I wanted to make sure that we could get someone to let us know that we're not literally insane. So that is why I have my guest here today. He plays Division I football, and he recently was at Clemson, but is looking at transferring right now. Mike Jones, and not the rapper, y'all. It's a completely different person. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, no problem. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything you want the people to know about you? You graduate in May.
Yes, I'm graduating in May. I'm likely gonna make my decision soon where I'm going to school. I'm from the Nashville area, 22.
Nashville, baby.
Yes. Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, wait. What's your position? I didn't want to butcher it. You're what?
I play linebacker.
Okay. Number 6. Okay, whatever. Anyways, no, it's funny because I asked because I was starting, as you know, the new segment or whatever on my TikTok about explaining sports to girls in like the most basic terms. And like after I told you that, like a couple of days later, people started like comment on it. Mm-hmm. Linebacker and outside line. Those have been the number one questions that people have asked. And so explain to us, where are you on the field?
Okay. So do you get offense and defense? You got that, right?
Yes, we get that.
Okay. So when you get the defense, there's 3 levels. The linemen, you have the linebackers, and then you have in the back the secondary.
Right.
Okay. So the linemen are the big dudes, defensive linemen. They're big and fast. The linebackers are like kind of half and half. They're kind of big, kind of fast. And they can range on body types. And then there's the secondary who are smaller but super fast.
Right.
And so I'm in the middle. We're in the middle.
You're in the middle. Okay. So everyone, now you know he's in the middle. Okay. I just wanted to make sure you said that because I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure his position is what you told me is the one they keep asking me about. And I see it is.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure, and like saying you forgot. I was about to say, shame on you.
No, I wasn't, but I didn't want to like say what position you were, and he'd be like, "That's not my position." So like, I'm just gonna let him say first before I embarrass myself. Okay. I just kind of want to like first start off by like explaining like my experience and kind of like yours, just more like a conversation, and then we can go into like the questions that the girls sent. And some of the questions go like with the conversation, so we're not like repeating, like having to go backtrack. But they did send in a lot of fun ones that just were about you as an athlete, like in general, like girls sliding into DMs and all that kind of stuff. So you get a chance to kind of school them on some more positive, fun things in the end as well. So first off, for like me, myself, I feel like when it comes to the topic, that some of it just has to do with like how like we're raised. And if you don't really recognize enough to maybe not agree with what your parents say, then you don't. Because some of my friends that aren't black, they are more fun, carefree. They hop. I'm like, where y'all going? I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that. Like, they're more like, yes, just living life. And I think sometimes it's just how you raise and what your parents put in you. So I think sometimes
Yeah.
it's not fair for men to hold us accountable for the way that we think. Because sometimes it's more of like how you were raised, and it is like you just choose to be like uptight.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
Yeah.
what I be feeling about it.
I feel you. I wouldn't really say as much as it's not fair for guys to hold you accountable, but I
Mm,
just think it's more like you got to kind of recognize who you're talking to. People are different, you
yes.
know, and like if you're not like if y'all not lining up, like, or regardless of the reason why, if y'all not lining up on a certain thing, then maybe that person like just he's not on your wave. You know what I'm saying? She's not on
Yes.
your wave. Whatever.
I think too, I'm sure you've heard it, like the whole topic of like black parents raise their daughters differently than their sons. Have you like heard about that? Okay.
I think all
Like,
parents do, honestly. Well, the most of them, even more than black.
yeah. And so like I know like in our community that's like a huge thing. And I know like for one, I think that kind of affects when they want you to be this like strong, independent. They don't use the word feminist, but basically like a feminist and don't allow this or that. And I
Mhm.
think I'm gonna give an example of like a scenario of why I think sometimes we can be seen as like differently. So especially you gotta pay close attention to this because you're gonna understand. So if you have an athlete, right? Yeah, that's who the girls are asking about. If y'all were hanging out, he now realized he has to watch film, do his homework. He still has dirty dishes. He got a laundry that's in the washer that needs to go in the dryer. Those so in the dryer need to come out, be folded along with the clothes that's already in the hamper that needs to be folded. He's just looking. He's like, okay, I gotta do all this, and we got a game this weekend. It's a big game. Hey, could you like go ahead and like switch those clothes in the washer for me, and then could you fold those for me really quickly, like before you go? You got I don't want to say a black girl. She gonna be like, "What do I look like? I'm not about to sit up here and do your laundry. Like I'm not your mama." She gonna give you lip about it
Mhm.
and not do it. She might, but she still might give you lip about it first. You have another girl who might see it as like, "Oh, he's really busy. He's under like a lot of stress. Yeah, maybe I should help him out. I don't mind doing it." If you look at it that way, then you're gonna have where you're gonna think girl number one is just like, see, she's just doing too much. She always mad. She's complaining.
Mhm.
Whereas maybe she didn't read the room correctly. She just took it that he was trying to like, use her or whatever for his maid service, I guess. But like the other one might have saw it differently. Saw like, wow, he needs help. Yeah, I'll
Mhm.
help you out. It doesn't like take anything for it. But I think sometimes when you're like raised to be these strong, independent women and you're not going to be doing all this stuff for men, sometimes you then take that into every situation. And like at
Yeah.
that moment, he might not really have like wanted it that way. And I think sometimes you just kind of have to like read the room.
Yeah. Absolutely. Definitely don't take it in every situation.
No,
But at the same time, you can't just fold and like just do everything a dude say. Like,
that
those,
is true. You have
mm,
to like balance it.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't know, like especially back in my young days, like
Not my young days.
yeah, I'm an old head now. Okay,
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Old
I'm
head, but
going
go on.
fourth year. I'm going in my
Okay.
fourth year of college.
Fourth year college. Go ahead.
Like young Mike, you know what I'm saying? He, if a girl would always just do something, oh, I'm not even going to give the effort to try myself because I'm expecting somebody to do it.
Oh my God. There's a lot of guys I would meet that'll say things like, oh, this is just what I like, but I want to marry like a black woman. Like I know I'm gonna do that. I heard that a lot in high school.
Mhm.
But like certain people, I'm like, do you feel though that it's okay when like they literally like not all men who say this, but there are some that like tear down like black women and why they don't like them at this age, but then think they're still gonna find somebody at 30 and they want to know why she's like bitter.
I definitely don't think that's all right. Um, you can definitely move better. Like,
Mm,
don't tear nobody down. That's not cool at all. That's definitely not the way to go.
yeah.
Um, I mean, and how can you also tear somebody down and then expect, something to be cool with you like later on in life? That's not smart. But rather than, tearing somebody down, and I feel like this, like, guys might say that, but if you meet the right girl, you won't fold.
Yeah.
Like, you could say you're not gonna mess with nobody, and somebody come and shock you, and you'll fold.
I think
So
that's good advice in general because I think sometimes girls like you'll struggle with like, oh my God, like he said he didn't want anything, but then now he's dating this girl and he's like with her. Like it could really be that
it be like
something
that
was
for real.
different.
I promise.
So it's not always that y'all lying.
No,
You sure?
no, I promise you. Like you
Hey.
be like, I'm just not gonna talk to anybody, and then boom, right person be like, oh God, I've been caught off guard before.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Y'all love using it. And see, that's the thing. Y'all lost so much. We don't even know when you're telling the truth.
It's rough out here. I'm not gonna
It
lie,
is
it's rough.
very much so rough. But he was a TikTok and he was saying like he made a scenario of like shooting a basketball and he's like, this is when girls ask why we date. A lot of time you see black athletes with white girls in college, and he was basically is a song playing basketball, whatever. He's
Mhm.
shooting the hoop and he's saying how white girls shoot their shot more. Black girls get the ball, don't want to shoot it, and then be like, I'm not doing all that work. Like he needs to shoot it for me, right? So, so when I saw that, like, of course, black girls were upset in the comments, but like what he said wasn't like rude. It wasn't anything like, you know what I mean, like putting us down. But that's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I kind of can see that. Like, you have to take back in some things that some dudes say. You might be like, okay, yeah, I can see what you're saying. Like my brother said,
Mhm.
sometimes y'all just be real sassy when we just try to speak. I can see that. Some things you can take and be
Yeah.
like, all right, yeah, I see. And then there's some where people are just like being straight out like disrespectful. There's
Mhm.
a difference.
Yeah.
But do
Facts.
you
Some dudes
think
are just ignorant.
yes,
Some dudes are
and
really ignorant.
yes, and then some you might be like, and then because you deal with the ignorant ones, you assume all of them are about to say something coming out of their mouth straight ignorant. What kinds of things have like you heard from like
So,
it doesn't necessarily have to be like your specific teammates at Clemson, but just in general, what are kind of some of the things that like you hear them say?
about black women,
Yeah, about why they don't like them and stuff.
uh, keep it a stack. Most of my friends usually are, pretty open to about anybody. I mean, we've never like all my friends. I feel like would definitely get with a black girl, but
Mm-hmm.
at times like there has been things they said like not saying like you won't date black girls, but like it might be like she was I don't know, like maybe she like a girl weird or I don't know. All my friends like we like I don't know. It's just like more personal qualities about a person.
Mm-hmm.
As like in general, I would say most of my friends, are at least open to dating a black girl. Just maybe like one or two. And
Not one or two. We talking about one or two girls? Or are you saying one or two of your friends?
one or two of my friends.
Oh, I'm like,
One or two of my friends. All the girls cool.
I thought you, I thought you were saying. I was like, what's the point in dating one or two girls? Okay. But like out of the things that you've like maybe heard, like for you being a male, like does it ever kind of like make not actually make you uncomfortable, but like upset you when you hear people say negative things, like
Yeah.
things that like like sometimes like there's some things like yeah that's kind of true, and there's some that's like how could you say that?
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely can't stand like ignorance. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Like dudes or like people saying like black girls be too loud or things like that.
yeah,
Like how are you gonna, generalize all black women under that
right.
one thing? Like I know so many different people. Like that's so ignorant. It's like Max X is mad ignorant.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So like things like that get on my nerves. At the same time, like you gotta know, dudes. Like I look at myself now and where I was whenever I first came into college. Like mentally, I'm so much more mature than I was then. And
mm,
so you can't just like yeah, guys can be dumb. They like okay, stupid, whatever.
right.
Like you can't give it no mind. You know what I'm saying?
Like one thing that someone had brought up about like was like the stereotypes. Just do you think it stems from like people's like mothers? And I was thinking about it when the girl asked, and like that's kind of true. So I wonder
Mhm.
sometimes if like people's stereotypes more so come from like their experiences like at home, and
Yeah.
sometimes putting that into a category of this is how black women all are going to be, and so like I don't want to deal with that.
Like with some dudes, of course they probably do think like that. But at the same time, if you think like that, you're kind of messed up because that's your mother. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, do you not like your mom?
Yes,
That's weird. But
yes, and your grandma,
I get. You said what?
and your grandma.
Yeah, your grandmother, you know what I'm saying? Your nanny. I love mine. Uh, but nah, I guess I can see that like where you come from, but like for
Mm,
me, like, that sternness that my mother brought, that's kind of like my normal now. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
It's not like a chill out. You know what I'm saying? It's like why is you so quiet? You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be
Why
and like
you
if I
so
don't got this,
quiet?
then I can be it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I can
Um,
see how at one point it could be like a deterrent for somebody.
yeah,
For me personally, it's kind of my
weird.
expectation. It's what I'm used to. It's what I'm comfortable around.
Right. The things too that was brought up, which I was kind of like shocked by. I don't know why I was. It wasn't just about like they were saying like D1 athletes not liking like black girls. It was also about a complexion of the black girl. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that this was still a thing. And so this was an exact question that a girl asked
Mm,
on TikTok and it got like hundreds of likes. So I was like, okay, let me ask hers the exact way she said it. She said, if they date black girls, why are they always the same light skin, nice bodies, and curly hair?
mm, yeah. Um, well, me, like I'll go back to me and my friends because those are the people I can speak for the most.
Right.
I got friends who have, you know, girlfriends that are and like girls they talk to, that are, light skin, like brown skin, dark skin. Personally, I've talked to, about every shade of black you can talk to. Um, but I guess that is kind of more trendy, but I think it's more trendy just like in the public's view. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you got to think like, and I was thinking about this earlier today. In college, our football team is like 120 people, but with most of the media, you'll look, you'll see guys like quarterbacks, receivers,
Mm-hmm.
like most notable guys. So let's say it's like 20 guys. Let's say just to take all the stars, offense, defense. It's 22 guys you're going to see more than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's still like a little like around 80, whatever, plus or minus, more than 80, or 120. So it's like 100 guys that you don't see, like that's potentially 100 relationships you don't see with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to really just think about it like that. Like, of course you may not see it like, when certain guys are, seen more and their relationships are seen more.
Mm-hmm.
But there still are a whole bunch of more guys, that are, down for, all sorts of with different shades of black and, other races too.
Yeah, that was the thing too that when someone had commented on TikTok, I was like, why do you guys only care about athletes? I was like, no, no, no. Like, trust me, this is a thing about black men in general, but athletes are more seen like publicly and stuff. Like, first of all, it's easier for them to have followers because they have like an automatic reason for people to want to follow them. Therefore, their things are going to pop up more on like your explore page, your Pinterest, things like that. I mean, you can get a blue check from being a college athlete. Everybody else has to have like so many followers or a certain audience. So I mean, like it's easier to for it to be seen when it comes to them, which is like the only reason it really was brought up. But don't worry, everyday black men, y'all in this category too, okay? But it's easier versus like someone in
Mhm.
my neighborhood who might be married to or dating a white girl. I'm not gonna know just because like if I didn't see him outside with her, but like you see them on like your social media, and I think that that's a good point that just because you see only certain ones because maybe they're more of like a notable like player doesn't mean other guys don't. And so that was kind of one girl
Mhm.
she had asked, like, do you think that you guys would be viewed differently if you guys did date a darker skinned girl, or like that wouldn't be like an issue?
Mhm. I don't think it'd be an issue. My main reason, one, is because like if that's your girl, like your homies ain't going down your girl, at least not to your face. If they
Yeah.
do, they bold. I'm saying I wouldn't let nobody down my girl to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, at the same time, like guys really like I don't really know any of my friends. Like I don't really think nobody be looking into it that deep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if one of my boys got his girl, like that's just his girl, okay, next. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Got you.
Nobody really like thinking that deep to it.
I think a lot of people think that it is like a huge like conversation like being had and stuff among guys. And so I think that's kind of why the people wondered if it was like a socially thing and stuff.
Mhm.
Like for me being like dark skin or whatever, I feel like you already have to deal with like just being dark skin. That's the color thing, the colorism we already have in general. But it's always like now it's like, okay, do you even like black girls to begin with? Okay, do you like dark skin? Now are you even my type? Do I even like you? Like I feel like sometimes there's a lot that you have to like get through to get to like what you like. And I think it was just annoying because in the comments, people were like, oh, you guys are just insecure. You're just threatened by white girls and light skinned girls. You can't hang and stuff. I'm like, first off, if you know Kenny Alexis Bright, Kenny Alexis Bright is not threatened by anybody. I'm not insecure. Like, that has nothing to do with it. And I think of it's like, it's kind of like a vending machine. The world of like dating and liking people is you have all your options. You got your vanilla wafers, your Oreos, your Hershey's, your Reese's. Like, you got everything. You got payday bar. Like, what you want? It's everything. If you like vanilla wafers, hit A4 and get your vanilla wafers.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't be like inside the glass hearing you just tear apart the Hershey's bar, like why you don't like it. Like, if you don't like it, then you don't like it. Like, just pick what you pick. And I don't have a problem with people liking other, races or other like skin tones, but I just don't think that it's needed to like that person shouldn't know that you feel so negative about the way they are. And I think that's the problem, because anybody who doesn't get to experience the chocolate express, that is their loss. Okay. They lost. You was not gonna be welcome.
Sweet chocolate back at the crib now.
What'd you say?
Call me sweet chocolate.
You said you have sweet chocolate?
No, they call me sweet chocolate.
Okay, bye. They do not call you no sweet chocolate.
Yeah, see.
I'm done. Okay, I don't even want to know where that story came from. I don't want to hear the backstory. But do you think there's a difference between like preference and prejudice though? Like, I looked up the definition so I could read it to everyone for people who kept trying to say like, oh, it's preference. So preference is a greater liking for one alternative over another. And prejudice is preconceived judgment or opinion. And I always say, I feel like there's certain things that you can like, oh, that's just who I like. That's what I like. That's fine. But when you like start naming some things are like gross generalizations about Black women, okay, now you're like veering from just like a preference to like a prejudice. Like, you're just like avoiding them because of these things that you've heard. Like, there's a difference between it. To me, it is, anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like you said, if you're bashing and just taking things that you've heard from somebody else, and that's a prejudice, obviously. But like, if you get to experience somebody just like, that's not me, then that's not your preference. It is what it is.
Right, because like I have a preference. I only like dark skinned dudes, right? But I mean, if a light skin came along and he had everything that I like, still might be hard. I'm just playing. I'm not gonna be like, oh God, no, he's light skinned. Like, I can't do that. Like, no, actually, I take that back. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. I'm not a colorist. I'm really joking. That anyone who thinks that they're gonna beat the system, just know, regardless of who you marry, your daughter's gonna come out looking Black, and then she gonna have to deal with the same people who think like you. Are gonna be saying the same stuff to her. So please think before you say rude things to other girls. Now we're going to move into the question segment. Are you ready?
I thought we was in this questions. Let's go.
I wanted to take out like a lot of words that girls used in the different questions to kind of like paint a picture of kind of where they were coming from. And a common theme that kind of went through was like words like ashamed of us, unattractive, ghetto, loud, doing too much, not special, we don't fit in, no class, they don't like dark girls, or we're not appealing. And like when I was reading it, like really was hurting my feelings. Like, oh my God, the words they were using were like so descriptive. Yeah. And a lot of the girls too, I don't know if I mentioned already, were like kind of young. And it was just really hurtful to know that people like say these like things to them.
So if you're a young little girl, not young little girl, sorry. But if you're young, like just don't like trip over it. Like you said, like these girls are young, these guys are young, and looking at freshman Mike Jones versus senior Mike Jones, two completely different people. So like focus on yourself, focus on your own growth, and eventually the right guy's gonna come, most likely. So don't trip over nobody. You know what I'm saying?
So one of the questions were, do you inherently believe that women of color, like it's taught that women of color are more aggressive than other races?
I don't believe that at all. Now, if it's taught, I wouldn't necessarily say taught, but there is a lot of, people that just say that, like they say, some people like will say, Black girls are like, loud, things like that. So, I mean, it's said, but I wouldn't necessarily say that's taught.
Right.
I've met a lot of different girls, I've met, some louder like white girls, I've met some Hispanic girls, things like that. So it really depends more on the person. Like, I've met some very quiet, very, very quiet Black girls, that are to themselves, and you literally gotta like go talk to them in their face like that for them to talk. You know what I'm saying? So I don't agree with that, but at the same time, you really just got to know who you're talking to.
Right. I got you. Do you think this phenom of Black D1 athletes dating other races will increase or decrease or stay the same in the next 10 to 20 years?
I think actually it will increase.
Mm-hmm.
Just like as you know, like think. Let's go back to our grandparents' generations.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was, you know, like sort of near segregation. If your grandparents weren't in segregation, then
Right.
they was at least close to it. So that was people dating within their race and not doing anything out other than that. And just as time has came, people have ventured more and more from that. And just I feel like it's kind of inevitable.
Right.
People kind of just growing in like old things like that, or they're still around, but they're just diminishing very like just low key. Like now it's like kind of normal.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. This one was, why is it that Black athletes are disconnected from the Black student groups on campus? I went to a Big 12 school and saw this a lot.
Same, literally like 100%. Like I was thinking about that too. Like when I first got to college, let's think about this. Like you're a kid, like everything's going crazy. You're getting to college, you play football, you meet your teammates, these guys since high school. So you're automatically going to be closer to those guys. And so now, you're there, you're practicing, everything's going so fast. And so when it's the break, whenever you get a chance to go out, you're with your teammates, and usually the young boys is gonna go with the older guys. So I used to hit my dogs up, be like, yo, what's going tonight? Like, what's it to do right here? And so and like the most regular thing, like especially like where I went to school was, everybody would go like downtown, and so like some little bars downtown. And so since that's already where the older guys would be, we'll go too. And so like the only time we really went to like any big like like Black parties is whenever they was like huge and like everybody knew about them.
Right.
And so like I didn't really like get to experience like what we call Black Clemson. Like I didn't really get to experience it. Like I had our days, had our moments. Like of course, like football parties. Considering a lot of teams are Black, like I have a lot of Black guys on there. There's gonna be more Black people, but like things other than that, I have some great memories of some, but like, it was just a disconnect because I didn't really have the time and didn't have the chance to like really look into it and find some more stuff. Like, I just went to what was there right in front of me.
Do you think that an experience with a Black girl makes guys want to go date girls of other race, even though it doesn't count for all Black girls? Which is not your experience. So
I mean, it like I said, it depends on the person. Like if you're affected that much that, don't even want to mess with like nobody that is the same race as them, then either somebody must have tried to kill you or something, or you're just like immature, I guess. That's kind of an immaturity thing, I would think. You don't ever just close the book on something because something didn't go right one time. What sense is that? Like,
got you. So this one, I'm gonna definitely answer this one as a female. You might have an input on it, maybe you might not. If you don't, it's cool. I'm gonna hold it down. Okay. This one says, why do they mess with us on the low but publicly don't claim us? Then another girl had asked the question.
I'm going first.
Okay. You can go first. And another girl basically asked like the same kind of question, but she gave a whole scenario. So you can answer this one first. Yes. She told us a story.
Oh Lord. Okay. So you're gonna do the scenario first, or we want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a rundown. Right?
Oh God.
I'm gonna give you the college athletics rundown.
Okay, give it to us. I'm ready.
First of all,
not the hands.
For almost, I would say 99% of football players, everything is on the low. Mike Jones, in my whole 4 years, I had one girlfriend. I talked to a few girls, maybe a good little bit, whatever. Like only one of them ever got posted on any of my social media in a serious manner, and that was my girlfriend at the time. I always try to keep everything low key already. I don't want nobody home moving, and it's not because like throwing shade on anybody, but it was my business. Like I'm saying, I don't want everybody all in my business. Like, and if everybody sees you with one person, you already know. Well, that's this, whatever person, girlfriend, they doing this, they doing that. I'm saying That's why Mike Jones, I kept everything low key. And if something like wasn't low key, like, you know, I would make it hard to peep. You know what I'm saying? And that's not like throwing shade on nobody. Like I didn't want to be seen with them or nothing like that. But
Right.
I just don't like people know how I'm moving. Like, let me just live my own little life.
I would say no. One thing I would say though about that is, as a girl, you don't want to be posted because then you have girls coming after you. Then
Ooh,
you
I just
don't
want to
want
come
that.
to you as a woman.
What'd you say?
You ever had girls say that? I just want to come to you as a woman.
Yes, no, you do not. I'm telling you, it is the worst. You have girls the me like, no, you do not want it. And then sometimes you have girls that's crazy, they'll just be lying. Like they'll just make up lies. And of course, like you think, then you be like, who am I supposed to believe? Why would she lie? Like, you don't want that kind of drama. I like people not knowing at all. Like, and then it comes down to like the whole trust thing. Like just trusting that like he's not gonna be making you look stupid behind your back. But I'd rather low
Yeah.
key look stupid behind my back than people know, because then people, oh, it's terrible. And I promise you, the minute somebody knows that you like this person, that he's off of something like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, what he got? Then everybody want, you don't know.
You know,
Okay. You don't want it. It's the drama you don't
keep it
need.
alone. Low key. Unless it's your girl, if y'all cuffed up, if y'all are dating,
Well, yeah.
don't be low key.
Well,
Okay?
yeah.
Because
At
girls will
that point.
again play you.
Yeah, he can play you then at that point. Yeah, I don't like the drama either. I don't like girls
True.
DMing me. I don't like, do not contact me. I just want you to know I don't care. I don't care. Thank you. Someone's like, oh, I just want you to know I was with the gym. I already know who you are. You told me about who you are, Samantha. Thank you. Like,
Oh,
huh? I just made up those names.
oh.
Yeah, I'm that kind of person. I'd be like, tell me, give me the rundown. Is anybody gonna contact me? Like, what's the deal? Especially if you're talking about athletes. Oh, Jesus Christ. You better get ready. Okay, just you gotta be built different. That's all I got to say.
Got
Now,
you.
the scenario that the girl asked.
Oh,
I'm not laughing at your scenario, girl, I promise. Okay. It says this D1 athlete I used to talk to only hooked up with me and said he wanted to keep our situationship down low. However, a few days later, I looked on his Snapchat. He's now claiming a girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. I'm not saying I'm prettier than her, but you know what I mean? Why would he not claim me but claim her? Okay. So first off, he could have been already like getting serious
in
with
a
her.
relationship with her.
Right, messing with her. And that's why he said he wanted to keep it on the low. We could give him the benefit of the doubt. It's like, okay, that's why he really said that. And then he got to the point where she's like, oh, why haven't you posted me? We've been together. Like, you need to. So then he had to post his girlfriend. It really could have been that.
And I wouldn't bet against that one right there. I think you hit it right on the mark.
Yes. And either way, just you got to just boss up on him, let him know he can't have you, because I would not confront him either. Do not give him that power of confronting him. Like, do not be like, why would you do this? Don't swipe up. I know I'm probably too late. Don't swipe up. Act
Oh
like you
yeah,
didn't even
don't
see
so.
it. And don't post some,
No,
what is it? What'd you say?
I don't know if you act like you didn't see it. It
I'm not going,
depends.
okay, depends on what? On what?
How you feel about the dude.
I
Like
guess.
if it's like you cool with him, then you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, wow, okay. Like I would like if I was in the opposite scenario, I'd be like, wow, okay, like that's what I would swipe up and say. But like if you're rocking with him and now it's like dead, like you can't even talk to him no more. Don't even say nothing, just go ghost. Nothing hurts.
Mm,
Nobody's done that to me. I go ghost.
I'm
I don't
done.
hurt people. I don't hurt people. But
Would you go ghost?
some people don't deserve an explanation. He gotta just do his best for you. And you
I
don't want,
guess.
you know what I'm saying? That's bad. I'm sorry I said that. Don't go ghost on people.
Oh, it's too late. I said it. Now we know who you are. Sure, if we did some digging, some girls would
He
say, Mike
forgives.
Jones
You forgive
ghost me.
too.
What'd you say? You
Like,
forget.
I'm like, no, wait. Why did I just say that?
Yeah. If Mike Jones ghosted you, let me know. I'm kidding.
If I
Please do
ever
not
go
blow my
to,
DMs up.
I feel like, like just had to move right. You know what I'm saying? It was the best thing for the both of us.
Oh no, do not say that. You're gonna make me mad. That and like I pray that God, like them little, oh, you ain't doing nothing. We're trying to piss me off. God, I pray for God that He just heals you. I know. God, like, stop. You being petty. Like, you know, you don't mean that. Like, you trying to Oh, don't get me started. I'm being triggered. We gonna stop.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
But no, really, I would not. If he hits you up, hey, what's up? You want to hang out tonight?
Yeah,
Then you can say something. Because I'm real. I'll pop off at the mouth. I'm quite slick with. But
you gotta make
anyway,
them look dumb. You gotta say like LOL, like and just leave it at that.
right?
Like
He gonna know. But what I meant by like, don't make him know you saw like the we be posting on your story like that you sad or you posting some music. Don't be posting The Weekend by SZA. Don't do it. It's tempting, but he really don't care that your feelings is hurt.
we will laugh. We literally, I will see some and be like, bro, look at what she posted.
Don't,
Like we will laugh.
don't. So now on to the fun questions. Okay. Do you like it when girls slide into your DMs? What do they say that you like?
Okay. Now, the timing of it is a big thing. And I know that's like the most randomest thing. Because if you just ball and you play good, your DM's finna be flooded by like 1,000 college football fans. And so I miss so many DMs.
Got you.
And so you gotta time it up right. You know what I'm saying? Don't just send it after the big game, okay?
Don't send after the
But
game.
you can. You know what I mean? You can be like, oh, you balled today. Like, that's great energy. If I see it, that's great energy. Shoot, thank you. I did ball today. But nah, uh, I enjoy it. Ain't nothing wrong with shooting a shot. I respect it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really picky like that. Like you could really probably just like send some hard eyes in my DMs. I'm probably gonna answer if you
Not
look good.
hard eyes.
I'm a simple man.
Jesus. Okay, wait. So like, but also after the game, wouldn't you find it maybe a little strange if she like? Would you be worried about her intentions if she sent you, "Hey, what's up?" after you had a really good game?
I mean, if you really think about it like that, but right now at this point, I'm not necessarily him. No, like if it's like a national championship, I'm about to go to the league. Yeah, but
Okay, so basically, ladies, here's the thing. Whenever he ends up at whatever school this fall, why don't you go ahead? Remember, after one of the big games, go
right
ahead.
now,
Not right now. He wants you all to know he is single. Oh, child, we done opened the floodgates, and you done told them how you like black girls. It's game over.
I
Your
love black girls.
DM.
I love
Okay.
everybody.
What's your Instagram? Tell them.
My Instagram is mjones 2 underscores and a 6. You could probably look up just Mike Jones and it'll be on there.
Okay.
And listen, I know my Instagram photos are not great. Okay, they don't do me justice.
Oh, okay.
It's all basically.
I hate them Instagrams. But anyways,
Fire coming soon now.
you what?
I got some fire on the ground coming soon.
Oh, okay. We waiting. Like more like the ones where you in front of the car with the black shirt on.
Wait, in front of the car with the black shirt on. That was cool. I don't know why I thought that was so hard whenever I took it. Like I should have got my hair retwisted right before. You know, I need some
that hard.
fire. I've been like battling with myself, saying, should I just archive this and just get off my page?
No, it wasn't. It's like the only normal picture you have, so leave it.
I don't know.
This one's like a two-part question because one of them was directed at me, but they're asking the same thing. So one girl had said, where can I meet a D1 athlete? Like, where do I have to go on campus? And then another girl had said, in one of your videos, you said, one way to find them is to put yourself where they're at. Talking about me. Where do they hang out? And I said that because people like asked me where I find them. And I was like, that's a really hard question to answer because I'm kind of just around them. But I was like, same thing, like to say, if you want to find a businessman, you go to like happy hour bars and stuff. That's where you're going to find him or whatever. And I was like, the same thing, just put yourself where they are. So where do y'all hang out? Where do y'all sit? Where are y'all?
I be hanging out like we be at each other's houses.
So they supposed to just knock on y'all's door. I'm just playing.
Oh no. Shit, right in the face. So I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's think about it. Let me try to make this like the least craziest way possible. I play football. I'm a black man. A lot of black men, like, especially in the South, they like fried food. So we had like this one bar downtown that had a lot of fried food options. So every Thursday, me and the majority of the D line, we go there and eat. You know what I'm saying? Like every Thursday during the season. Me and some of my other homeboys, we just go there just to go because it was good.
During the season?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
What's wrong with that?
Health reasons, but go on.
Girl, please. The season is about health up to about Wednesday night. And then from Thursday to Saturday, it's about getting your body feeling as good as you can.
All
It's
right, whatever.
mentally, physically.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that's hard. That's hard. Look in class. I remember young Mike was looking in class for the baddies, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think I found one, not in class at least. Do you have an answer?
Who, me?
Yeah. Place? Yeah.
There was always like, we had this place called Club Rodeo that like the basketball team was always at. And then we had like Club Zan. That's where like the football team and basketball they would go there. But like that would kind of be like where everybody was at. You kind of have to know like which like bars and clubs they would go to. I hate to say it, but them country ones, they be up in there a lot. Being friends with girls, I hate to say it, who are friends with athletes would help you a lot too.
It would definitely plug you in.
Do you like it when girls know your sport, and also who do you want to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I like it, but it's annoying when a girl, all she talks about is football. Like, bro, like I do football all day. All I do is talk about it all day before.
Right.
Like we mentioned, we can talk about like if like shortly, but that does not have to be all of everything of our conversation. Yeah, and I think the Chiefs are going to win, but I want the Bucks to win.
Same.
I'm a Tom Brady. He's the best player ever.
Oh, one of my friends who I did track with, he plays for the Buccaneers, so that's why I want them to win. Ooh. And for people wondering, this hat is my sister's hat. I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm actually a Cowboys fan. We're not going to talk about that.
I was about to say, ain't you from KC?
Yep. We ain't going to talk about it, okay? I don't need to hear it. Are you guys attracted to shy girls? And what catches your attention about any girl, really?
I feel like it depends on your preference. Typically, I'm pretty outgoing. So if there's like a girl, she's like cute or whatever, and she's like being shy, I will find a way to at least say something. It might be like, something stupid. I'm going to make her talk. I can definitely make somebody talk. Even just get away from me, please.
You're not going to move.
I'll find a way. No, I will get it. Trust me. Oh, you're not going down me. Okay, then. Peace.
Yeah, right. Peace. Because I'm Mike Jones.
But, nah, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like that. But I might hit you with like, I'm not, let me just keep all negative stuff out of here. Yes. Myself. But what was the second part of that? Catches your attention about any girl, really? Off the rip, I mean, like, if you just like a cute girl, like I'm gonna peep it. I be noticing eyes though, like I like pretty eyes, but that's just like the physical part. Now, the things that like will make me like, attracted, like more than just like off rip, like actually attracted. I don't even know how to like just cool. Right. Like, I feel like I'll be cool. I'm funny, you know what I'm saying? Like just like cool, chill. Like I'm not. Yeah, chill. I'm chill. Like just a good time to be around. I love them 2 words. And I'm like, what's the definition of that? Just vibing. What's vibing mean? Like, anyway. Chillaxing. Coolio. I ain't even you, Betty. That's why I usually be saying Betty. What? Betty. Why? It's like Betty. Is one a girl asked, in general, how hard do you think it is for a Black girl to fit in romantically / socially at a PWI or a regular college? I'm going to college soon, and I don't know if I should go to PWI because of this situation, referring to what we're talking about today. I definitely think it's got to be tougher than, at like an HBCU. Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say tougher. I mean, I guess it kind of depends on your upbringing, Right. Like you said, like you didn't go to a school with a lot of Black people there. And like early on in my high school, I didn't either. Then I made a transfer. But, I know like athletes, we already have somebody to cling to. We got guys we come in with. Girls, I don't really know everything about like how they like group up. I know like there's like sororities and stuff like that. So you can always meet somebody through them. But other than that, I guess like you kind of like meet your roommate and you might find people in class. So I wouldn't say I mean, I definitely would think it probably is harder, but it's not impossible. It's not a challenge. And if you want to go to a school, don't not go because of that.
Yeah. I think for me, you have to be able to mix with everybody in order to like have a good experience. Because I think if you just want to stick to just one area, one group, you're kind of going to be like not really getting experience everything. You kind of got to be open to being friends with different people, to be able to experience different stuff, and be able to mix with like a bunch of different people to make sure like that you're able to get the best experience you have. But if you go in closed minded based off what we're talking about, or if you go in and not wanting to be friends with people who just aren't Black, then you probably won't have like the best experience. You just got to be cool with being able to be friends with just everybody. And think about the workforce is going to be like that too. The rest of your life is going to be like that. It's very rare that you'll only really be around people who are just like you. Okay, this one is, do athletes respond to girls in their DMs? And what would make you want to respond? Is there something that makes people stand out?
Now, let me go ahead and answer this with my number one pet peeve.
Okay.
You could use this in a TikTok. First of all, if a girl is liking my pictures and she look cute through her little picture, like her little profile picture,
Right.
I'm gonna click it. If that profile is private, unless she looks absolutely stunning, she's not getting a follow from me. I don't care. I cannot stand when a girl who has the potential to be fine is private because you're canceling yourself out automatically.
Not potential.
I literally, like, you don't know how many times I'd be like, oh, okay, who this? And I just have to look at my phone and be like, you had a chance. But I respond to DMs most of the time if I can catch them. If you're a lady who's gonna catch my eye, I promise you, I'm gonna respond.
Okay. So then that's kind of sad because that means for girls who be shooting they shot at guys and they don't respond, it's because they're not interested.
No, it's not. Like I said, a lot of times it can't get overlooked. I've had some pretty cute girls that like I just didn't even see.
Mm-hmm. You don't know that because you didn't see it.
I mean,
He's trying to be nice, y'all. It's okay. It's okay.
all right, 4K. But yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. But I don't know. Maybe you like people later, like if they like something. I have missed stuff before though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This one, well, you've had a girlfriend, so you'll be able to answer this one. Do guys ever find it annoying that there's a whole stereotype with you guys always cheating? Like all athletes cheat stereotype. Genuinely want to know if it bothers any of you, or do y'all know it's true?
I can say it's not always true.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are a lot of cheaters, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A lot. But the annoying thing about it is, you can't come in with those preconceptions into your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You get with somebody and you're already thinking you're gonna cheat. So now you going through their phone. That's like right there. That's a stop and leave each other alone.
Right. Yeah, no, that's all right. This one is okay. How can we get your attention without coming off like a groupie girl or a gold?
I mean, I'm not really like thinking like too much groupies or gold diggers right now anyway.
You not?
I'm still in college. I ain't made no money yet.
That's how
No.
That's how you get. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let you keep thinking it.
So you get to the bag. That's what you gotta say.
People, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be real. People who, the one thing I hate is because a guy was dating a girl since high school or college, that means that she really like only. You know who's who. You know who's about to be what. Like I don't want to bring this person up. I'm gonna bring him up. Patrick Mahomes. You trying to tell me that people didn't know back in high school that Patrick Mahomes was going to be Patrick Mahomes, even if he wasn't going to be as great of a quarterback as he is, but like you knew he was at least going to get a chance at the league. Yeah, you knew he was going to be good. So I don't like LeBron James. You're telling me in high school, I'm not saying that about his wife. I'm not talking about Brittany, Patrick, or them specifically, but I'm just saying guys who are great athletes. So I don't think that just because someone doesn't have money up front, that means that girl is not thinking down the line. That's what I was just saying.
Let me change my answer because
change your answer.
You talk about this. If you follow all my teammates, you might as well. I don't even know, like, because the first thing I'm doing, if it's like a bad girl, and I see followed by If you know, I'm about to go through. I'm gonna see everybody you follow. I'm looking for the blue checks.
Blue checks?
A lot of football players. Yeah, you finna follow. I ain't gonna be behind you. I ain't following you. So,
I'm dead.
like you said in your video, find your one and you stick to it. Because otherwise, you are a groupie.
Yes. And I always say your intentions speak. However, whatever your intention is going into it, it's gonna come out. Like it's gonna spill out. And he gonna kind of after a while be able to, you might get him to respond. I might even hang out. He gonna kind of be able to tell, like, all right, she interested in me kind of for the wrong thing. Because little do you know, you can't hide only for so long. That wolf gonna pop out of that sheep outfit. Okay. And whatever your intentions are, he gonna be able, they're gonna speak. So just make sure your intentions are correct. If you genuinely aren't that kind of girl, he gonna be able to tell, like, oh, okay, she not. Are you ready? Another one. She wrote us out one. She said, this D1 football player and I've been talking since March. And in November, I unadded him and unfollowed him off everything. But now, January 29th, I re-added him and he immediately texts me saying sorry that he messed things up and he keeps making convo. But I don't want to show I care because when I told him and showed him that I cared, he always left me on red or was just dry when he's the one that made the move on me first. Please help on this situation. I got multiple points.
What's your goal? Like your goal is just to is it just to like make him want you? Like are you trying to get with dude? Are you trying to if you're trying to get with him, then don't don't be so like don't give needy energy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, hey, what you doing like all the time? Not like when I hit you up, respond, be cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to like embarrass him now because he added you, and like because he added you, but now you're trying to be cool. Yeah, don't apply. Don't apply.
I think too. Well, first off, she unadded him off everything, so I'm like, you got a little bit of strength there in yourself. Because sometimes if I really like somebody, I ain't gonna add them off nothing. So you might not like him.
Add,
you
when a
might
girl
not.
add like if she adds you back, it's like you're soft. Like we knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah. So
Unless it's like something that caused it. Like if somebody add you, then you see them somewhere and y'all talk, like yo, like just unadd, like you know what I'm saying, then it's okay.
right.
But if you just fold, don't fold.